All right, welcome to the end of 2025, and this is my watch collection as of today. 2025 has been a really busy year for me. This is my first year collecting watches, so my approach has kind of been a little bit unorthodox. I've tried to get my hands on as many things as possible. I've not been afraid to make mistakes and buy things because I think I like them, because honestly, I don't really even know what I like. So I am really quite pleased with where I find myself at the end of the year here. Excited to show off some pieces for you. But let's start at the beginning. And the beginning for me might be similar to where you found yourself. The beginning for me was a field watch. This is a Hamilton khaki field. It's the larger version. It's the 42 mil version, automatic. And I love this watch. This was the watch that kind of made me fall in love with mechanical watches. I remember walking into a watch store really early on in the year and seeing this in the case and kind of seeing it kind of stand out to me and winding this sucker up for the first time. Like something inside me just like clicked and I was hooked, and I love it. It's probably of all the watches that I have, once again, only being a year in, I don't have a ton of sentimental attachment. This one to me just feels a little bit different. It's something I grab often. So Hamilton khaki field. Staying in the field watch genre, and this is also one that I found on social media. A lot of enthusiasts seem to be into it, but it didn't resonate with me quickly. I got a great deal on this one, and I remember picking it up, and I remember taking it out of the box and kind of being initially very excited about the way it looked and the way that it kind of made me feel wearing it. But eventually, it just didn't find all that much wrist time. But this is the Seiko Alpinist. This is the SPB 121. This is a newer version, not the newest version, but the newer version. 39.5 millimeter case, great size. But what I found out, and I've actually posted about this a lot, what I found out for me is like that stock strap just had to go. And I found myself putting on this gray suede strap, I don't know, a month or two ago. And this watch went from finding almost no wrist time during the course of the week to being one of the ones that I grab pretty often now. So I know it's a fan favorite in the enthusiast community, but for me, like the strap made all the difference, and I'm really enjoying the Alpinist. And the only other field watch that I have currently, this is one of my newest watches that I've picked up, this is a Kuoe. It's an Old Smith 90002, I believe is the reference number. This has a bronze case. It's the larger of the two options. I think they have a 35 mil option and they have a 38 millimeter option. This is the 38. But this to me was, I didn't know how I would feel about a bronze case. And when I was looking at bronze case options, I knew I always lean towards mechanical, at least as a first instinct. And I knew that I wanted more Japanese options in my collection. So something that drew me to this one, the dial on this watch, if you're not familiar, if you haven't been close to it, like there's just something about the contrast and the texture in this dial that really drew me to it. The applied marker is kind of that dark. It's obviously a black applied marker on like this off-white background, just really pops. The bronze case I'm loving so far. It's starting to kind of work itself in and develop a little bit of patina. And I'm excited to see where it goes. It's going to become kind of one of those one-of-a-kind type of pieces that's going to wear the way that it wears, and I'm really excited about that. I was a little bit worried about the size. It's a little bit smaller than what I usually buy as well. So the other risk with this purchase was I hadn't had a 38 millimeter size in my collection before. I didn't know how I would feel about that, and I actually really love it. It's got its own unique feel on the wrist. It's got there's vibes. It's kind of got that vintage-y vibe to me. It kind of makes me feel as if I'm wearing something that's been around a lot longer than it has. So really enjoying this so far. They're hard to get your hands on like without buying one, but so I bought this blind, and I'm really pleased with the Kuoe. Build quality is great. Screw down crown is awesome. It's everything I wanted it to be, and a lot more. Maybe in that same vein, let's kind of stay. I mentioned that kind of has a vintage feel to me. The only vintage piece I currently have in the collection, and I'm excited to try more. But I picked this up on eBay, and the posting said that it was broken. It's got a day and a date function, and the posting said that the day got stuck on a weekly basis and that it needs servicing. So the plan for this was to pick it up and, I don't know, open it up, see what I could learn, maybe fix it, maybe break it more, maybe get some parts, maybe just junk it, whatever. It was about $30. And I've run it now for a week and a half, and it's running fine. So I'm not sure if I got the steal of a decade or if there's something that's going to break soon, but I don't know. But this is a Seiko. It's a Lord Matic. It's from 1971. Seiko Lord Matic. It has a blue linen dial. I'm not sure if you can pick that up on the camera, but a blue linen dial, which to me, like linen dials, especially in vintage pieces, are one of my favorites. Like a Rolex 1803 or an 1803-8 with a linen dial, like, is my grail. Like, I would love to get my hands on that watch one day. But I just love the linen and the blue on this dial. It's gone even deeper down the smaller watch trail. This is a 36 millimeter, and I do feel like this is kind of on the smaller side of what I can handle. I'm pushing myself, and I do enjoy wearing it, but it does seem really small on my wrist. I have a large wrist, like a 7.5-inch wrist. So it does feel small, but I'm excited to give it some more time and see if it breaks, see if I get to fix it or try to fix it. But man, there's just something about this dial when it hits the right light that really catches the eye, and I'm really excited about this piece. But once again, Seiko Lord Matic, 1971. I'll pivot here because the rest of my collection is it's pretty much all over the place. I only have one like dress watch in the collection, and that's this. This is a Tissot Carson Premium. It's a 40 millimeter. It's got an open case back. It's cool. Rose gold finishing. My wife has been wearing this a lot, so it actually has one of her straps on it, which is cool. It's been cool to watch her like express some interest in these watches. But she'll wear this a lot. I'll wear this if I have a work something or something I really need to have a dress watch in. This was probably, of all the watches I own, this one probably doesn't get the most wrist time right now, but it does serve a purpose. And when I need a dress watch, I need a dress watch. So it's good for now. I like it. I love the way it runs. It's got the Powermatic 80 in it. It's a rock. It works really, really well. I like the way it looks. I love the simplicity of the dial with just kind of those stick indices. But yeah, this is Tissot Carson Premium Powermatic 80, 40 millimeter. Let's go to the foundation of the collection. These guys round out everything I love about watches. I love that they can be the most mechanically complex and interesting. Can also just be these rugged beaters that you can do anything with at any point of time. And for me, like, there's nothing more, versatile, rugged. There's nothing that I reach for more when like I'm working outside or I'm working out or having to get messy than my G-Shocks. So I have a couple G-Shocks. I'll kind of treat them as one here. So we got two G-Shocks. We got the Casio, the GA2100. This sucker is usually blacked out. I usually like to have a black strap on it. Right now it has not a black strap, a bright blue rubber strap on it. But this is an amazing, cool watch. It looks good. Honestly, you can wear it kind of with anything. I'm loving this. This over here is the one that I'll reach for more like if I'm working out or doing kind of more athletic oriented things. This is the GBD 200. It's got like the off-white. I think it's more like a gray to me case. Right now I put it on a black strap. I got these nice strap adapters off of eBay. I'm sure many of you guys are hip to that. But the G-Shocks always get wrist time, like whether it's because I need them in that I'm doing something I don't want to take another watch in, or whether it's just that, it's a comfortable watch to wear at night and kind of wind down in. But I'm never hurting for wrist time for these guys. They're amazing. Casio, obviously has been around for a while. One of the first watches that I remember having growing up, Looked a lot like this. This is the A168 from Casio. Obviously kind of a retro classic, but growing up in the 80s and the 90s for me, this is super reminiscent of the types of watches that felt cool as I was a kid. So there's actually an interesting story with this one. I bought this as a gift for a white elephant exchange with a group from our church, and ended up walking away with it. And I actually didn't try to do this, although I'm super glad that I did. But my daughter ended up winning with it, so I because she was not interested in it at all, I gave her my gift afterwards. But I ended up keeping this, and this thing is just really cool. It's reminiscent again of growing up and what like I thought cool watches look like. Yeah, I just really enjoyed owning this A168 over the last few weeks. So yeah, Casio A168, it's a legend. I don't know, square watch to square watch, right? You guys certainly are going to be aware of Brew if you're in the enthusiast space. This is a Brew metric retro dial. It's kind of like the OG of the metric line, in my opinion, at least. But Brew is a micro brand out of New York City. They have some like cool functionality on the dial around espresso and coffee making, which is cool. But it's just a cool looking watch that I was kind of down the micro brand hole a little bit and looking for American made stuff, and got to listen to Jonathan, their owner, on multiple occasions, a lot of YouTube videos, and just the way that he talked about design, the way that he talked about watches resonated with me. And specifically, he had a conversation, I can't remember which video it was on, but essentially saying, hey, like I want to design a watch where the silhouette is recognizable. That if you look across the room, you know, oh, that's a Brew watch. And I think he nailed that, in the same way that like if you look across the room and you see a sub, like a Rolex Submariner, you're going to generally like, okay, that's a Submariner, or different iconic watches that just have a really defined silhouette. And like to me, I don't know, there's something about this dial, like across the room, like I'm going to know that this is a Brew. And I like that design language out of Brew. So I really enjoy this. I so much so I bought even an OEM strap, which I don't do hardly at all, from them, like a suede strap, which is a little bit more summery, a little bit more bright, but it's great on a bracelet, great on a strap, and have really loved this little watch. So if you haven't got your hands on one of these, like highly recommend it. I get asked a lot about this watch and can't recommend it enough. So get your hands on a Brew. They're really cool. The only dive watch, you may have noticed, like I don't have a dive watch other than this one. And of all the dive watches to have, this is a little bit odd because it's my only dive watch. It's also my only GMT. So this is a Mido Ocean Star GMT. It's a little interesting of a combination. It's for those rare occasions when I'm diving in the ocean at 100 to 200 meters, and I'm also crossing time zones at the same time. I'll get the full use out of this watch in those spaces. But this is a beast. It's big. It's I think 44 millimeters. Its lug to lug is not small. Luckily, again, I have larger wrists, so it feels fine. But it's just a really well-made watch, crazy good power reserve, true GMT functionality, which like for me, I travel for work a decent amount and I'm changing time zones pretty often. So like just having that hour hand clicking around is super convenient. Biggest gripe with this one, and I shared this with some people who have asked about it, like it doesn't have a quick set date, and that becomes inconvenient. I mean, mildly annoying. It's certainly not worth either getting it or not getting it. But like for me, definitely found myself like winding this crown with what feels like forever, trying to get the date set. I don't like wearing watches that aren't set. So for this, would have loved it with a quick set date, but I'm really enjoying it. I guess really that leaves me with what I'm wearing. And this was the first luxury watch that I fell in love with. And I fell in love with it first aesthetically. There's just something about the balance of this watch that is, to me, just like perfect. It's perfection. And then I learned the story, and you guys obviously know the stories surrounding the Speedmaster Professional line, and the moon and space. And that's just really, really cool to me. I don't know, like call me a sucker for a good story. But this is the Omega Speedmaster Professional. This is newer one. So the 310, 30, 42, 50, 01, 001. This is the Hezolite 42 millimeter case, manual wind. I mean, closed case back. Man, everything about this watch I love. This was the first one that I fell in love with, and I've been working my way to this one all year. I had to save a decent amount of money to get there, but actually got a really, really good deal. And guys, this is why I'm a big fan of just constantly being aware of what's happening on like eBay and Chrono and Grail Z and a couple of the other platforms, because this was a brand new, I think the date on this card is like September 2025. I got it in October, so it was like a month old. But someone had obviously scratched it. It had a scratch across the front of the glass, the crystal. And for whatever reason, whoever was selling it, I guess, got intimidated by that. And it was marked down from, I mean, whatever MSRP would be used and your normal markdown for it being used. But I got this under $5,000 just because the crystal had a big scratch in the Hezolite. And so ordered up some polywatch, which I'd never used before, never owned before, but ordered up some polywatch and gave it 5 minutes, and crystal is new. But I love this watch. This was my, I guess, my first Grail level piece. This is one that will not leave my collection. It's one that's going to be around forever, and super excited about that. So, but guys, that is my 2025 collection. Excited to do this every year just to see how my collection changes over the years. But I would love to hear from you. Like, comment if you have any questions about these. Like, I love interacting with people. I love learning more about watches. So if you're one of those types of people that are into this in any way or as deep as I am, please like follow along. Yeah, comment. I'll see you in the comment section. See you guys. Have a Merry Christmas.